Okay, I'm gonna try and stay on task, but it's a little bit distracting because I don't like quiet and I don't like to hear or see myself on videos. And then my favorite band was singing in the background here. You can say anything. So here goes. Um, April is Parkinson's Awareness Month, and I have been asked by my Never Give Up buddies to do a quick video um, with a little bit of information about myself. So here we go. My name is Andy Hippensteel. I am from Pennsylvania. I was diagnosed in 2013, August of 2013, but had symptoms probably dating back to about 2010. But like many of you, at least in the Never Give Up group, I went to the doctors for one symptom at a time. When I stand up, I get really dizzy, and they're like, "Well, your blood pressure, blah blah blah." So, anyways, and until one day, my little trick thumb that twitched all the time. We'd go on long trips in the family. We'd kind of count how long, it would go. And then one day, it just didn't stop. So I Googled it, came up with one of the first symptoms of Parkinson's. And I was like, oh, well, that's not me. I don't have Parkinson's. And I looked at the top 10 symptoms. And I was like, well, have that. So I went to the doctors, and she said, well, let's send you for an MRI, make sure that you don't have a brain tumor or anything. And going through my mind, I'm thinking, she said, I'd rather have Parkinson's than a brain tumor. Little did we know how much was involved with Parkinson's then. But no brain tumor. But I was then sent to a specialist at the Hershey Medical Center. My doctor is fantastic. She asked my husband and myself to participate in the clinical trials over there. So we signed up for it. And for 3 years, we donated spinal fluid, had MRIs, cognitive tests, all kinds of things run on us, and to aid in the research and try and find not a cure for me, because there probably won't be a cure in my lifetime, but for all those that follow. Wow, such a long journey in such a short time. Okay, let me give you a couple facts, things, myths that I wanted to get out there. I'm looking to my right because I have a cheat sheet. Only the elderly, such a myth. Only the elderly develop Parkinson's. I was diagnosed at 46. So many of my friends were diagnosed prior to 40, some prior to 30, some prior to 20. Another myth is that it's curable. There, to this day, is no cure for Parkinson's, nor is there a way to prevent it. So just because you don't have it now, don't think you're safe. I never thought I'd get Parkinson's, but if you're out there and you don't have it, don't consider yourself safe from this, because they don't know what causes it. You could have it tomorrow or next week. Movement. It only involves movement disorders. It does not. There's a whole list. Let me see. I'll read it off to you because my little brain is not so good anymore. Sense of smell. During these tests, they give you all these scratch and sniffs, and sometimes I can't tell the difference between tires and bananas. It's that bad. It's silly, but true. Sleep disturbances. Everybody who has got Parkinson's knows you get a very, very little sleep between the restless leg and the medication and the Parkinson's. Together give you such vivid dreams that you tend to act out in your dreams. So if you're kicking or running or whatever in your dream, you actually tend to physically do that. And I'm surprised I haven't hurt my husband by now. Cognitive symptoms. I tend to look a squirrel, just the slightest little distraction, and I'm off onto another subject. Fatigue, like I said, sleep disturbance, no sleep, tired all the time. Um, can't read my own handwriting. Oh, that's another symptom. Handwriting, awful. Anxiety and depression. Well, yeah, you're anxious, and you do tend to get depressed. But that was another one of the first symptoms of Parkinson's, depression. Awful, awful depression. Again, can't read the other one. What else? Movement. Oh, genetic. There has been nothing proven that Parkinson's is caused by some kind of genetic thing. My uncle has Parkinson's, but there's nothing to say that I got it because my uncle has Parkinson's. A lot of scientists believe that it might be a combination of some kind of genetic issue and environmental. Like, I could carry some kind of gene for it, but it may have never developed until I came in contact with, they're looking for a trigger, is what I'm being told anyways. Something environmental that I might have come across that triggered this to happen, which they don't know what it is, so you don't know what to stay away from. Another thing, before I go, that you might notice is I'm probably the only one in the group that has this weird accent. The most that we can figure from it is I spoke to a speech therapist, and she noticed that most of the way my accent's changed. Pennsylvania, not my accent anymore. Just came back from Ireland, and they couldn't peg me as far as the accent, and they're usually good at saying, oh, you're from, and they can tell in the US where you're from. No, not me. I am the only one struggling with this that I know of. So if you're out there, please let me know. But again, back to the speech therapist. The speech therapist said to me, it's mostly on your O's. And I say, my husband's name is Joe, and I talk on a phone. And she said that she believes that because of my esophagus and my throat and all my muscles are more relaxed. I don't have very good control of them. I have trouble swallowing and such. That my voice has changed. My dialect has changed over the years because it's become lazy in a way. People in Pennsylvania, the way you talk, you just raise that way, so you don't realize that it takes more muscles to say the words the way that you do than the way that I do. Mine's kind of a form of slang anymore. Yeah, if anyone else out there has this weird thing going on, let me know. I thought at first it was for an accident syndrome, and so I don't have that. So you may notice, I just noticed my hand on here. Anybody, I have peripheral neuropathy as well as Raynaud's and many, many other issues, as I know a lot of you do. These patches, I don't know if they're all over the country, Dollar Trees. They smell kind of like Bengay, but if you have peripheral neuropathy, which is that burning sensation, feels like my hands are on fire for weeks now. It's kind of a great thing to have. It's a bit of relief after a number of weeks beyond the way that I was. And the dollar store, you get 20 patches. So I use like 4 a day, in the morning to get me through, and then before bedtime they last 8 hours. But nice. I don't know if they would really work on dystonia so much, because I get that too, and that's a different kind. They might work on the pain from being cramped, but okay, well, that's it. I'm approaching 10 minutes, and I'm so sorry for rambling on for so long, but love to hear from you guys out there, and spread the word. Just spread the word. Thanks.